So as we're getting ready for our big trip, we need to think about some power solutions because we will be boondocking a couple nights, I think three or four nights. And so we didn't want to invest in a generator that we're really never going to use, but we did decide to go with what's in this box. So let's get it open. The EcoFlow River Max. Let's take a look at it. All right, so let's talk about the EcoFlow River Max. This is a 600 watt, essentially power pack generator. It will boost to 1200 watts, and it weighs in at 17 pounds, and it is this big. Put the dimensions in. The reason that we chose this over the Jackery or any of the other models was, number one, the size compared to the Jackery 500 watt. This had a smaller package. It had 100 more watts. It had a lot more watt hours. This comes in at 570 some odd watt hours. This will run a residential refrigerator for 5 hours. So right now it's fully charged and it has 99 hours and 99.99 hours of battery remaining. That will diminish obviously once you start plugging things in. But it does have a shelf life of 1 year at a 100% charge. So the biggest selling item of the EcoFlow River Max versus the Jackery 300 or the Jackery 500 was this right here, having 3 AC outlets and having 3 USBs, 1 fast charge and a USB-C. Now that's something that the Jackery couldn't offer. This also has a 12 volt port right here. And like the Jackery, it has a built-in flashlight. And folks, that's really why I got it, was the flashlight. But anyway, this thing packs a wallop of power in a small package and weighing in at 17 pounds. We really thought that was the best bang for our buck. That, and this retailed for about $100 less. So this for us was the best value. It has the same lithium battery as the Jackery and as the Blue Eddy. This pretty much, the technology is all the same. It's just the packaging and the life. You have a fan here and a fan there that keeps the battery nice and cold or cool. One of the things that I liked about this is we plugged it in yesterday. It took 2 hours for a full charge. If you go to quiet mode, it takes 3 hours for a full charge. And so that was really convenient. It'll charge really quick. Couple methods of charging this is you can, on this side here, there's a door that opens and you can either plug it into your wall or you can use the solar charger, and all of the cables are included. So that was another really nice feature. The ease of operation, it's really simple. You turn it on right here with the button. If you want to use 12 volt, you select the 12 volt button, which is right here. This button will activate all of the USB chargers. Really nice LED screen. If you're going to be using AC, you have the AC on button right here. You turn that on. If you're going to use the 1200 volt booster, it's in the app. And I'll show you screenshot of that. And so you just have to turn the booster on and you will be able to exceed the 600 watt max on this. Now, the River comes in 3 different versions. You have the River Max, and the River Pro. And the difference between the River Max, and the River Pro is this section down here. This is an additional battery that attaches to this section. And you can see the line right here. This attaches. This gives it 600 watts, and it gives you longer watt hours than the River. This is the River Max. The River Pro, same thing. It has an additional battery, bigger storage unit, which just basically ups the amount of watt hours that this unit will provide. So the reason we bought this, we didn't want to invest in a generator that we weren't going to use. We've only boondocked twice, I think, since we've owned the trailer. We thought, let's get something that will have multiple purposes. And when we do boondock this summer on our Summer to Remember, we want the ability to run some basic appliances. Now, I don't need to run the air conditioner. We're going to run a fan. We want to run some lights. And then when we're hooked up to shore power, we have been in parks that really max out your 30 amp. We're going to use this to augment our 30 amp system. So we'll charge devices with this. We'll run the computers or our laptops off of this. And that will free up the energy that we're pulling out of our shore power to use for the trailer. So today we're going to experiment a little bit. We're going to run a fan. We cannot run our Keurig, so we're probably going to replace that with a 650 watt coffee maker, which this will easily run a 650 watt with the booster, enough to make a cup of coffee, and we'll be good. All right, so let's plug something in and see just how it works. All right, so this is our Honeywell Volcano fan. This is the fan that we're going to be taking with us this summer. And it is 120 volt. So we're going to run that on this. It's a, what did I say it was? 60 hertz and 0.6 amps. So to run it, we're going to turn on the unit. Get this cool lighting. Again, on our screen here, it shows that we have 100% battery, 99 hours. We're also going to turn on our AC. Right there, the light comes on. And we're plug in our appliance. You immediately hear the fan go on, but it's really quiet. And now what we're going to do is turn on our fan and see what we get. Okay, so on low, it's saying we have now 17 hours left, and it's pulling 34 volts. 35. And that's on low, so let's turn it up to high. Went up to 41 volts. And on setting number 3, it's pushing 46 volts. But it is working just like it would if we had it plugged in to one of the outlets in the trailer. And that's really what we want it to do. The indicator here shows that we're plugged in to AC. And that the fan's moving. So we can run this fan for essentially on high like it is for, I'll show you. You can't see the curtains moving. Wave my hair. That's very comfortable and it's working perfect. Now with that we can also I'm going to go ahead and plug in my iPhone watch USB. Plug in the USB. I'll take my watch off, put it on the charger here, and see what we start pulling. And my watch is charging, as indicated by the green. And it's still sitting right at 45 volts. So it's not pulling any drain. The hours are sitting right where they were. And the indicator now also shows that we have something plugged into USB. And now the test is going to be, can we plug this into the trailer and run the lights? And I believe the answer is going to be yes, because right now the trailer is plugged into 110 into the house. I think we're going to be able to see the indicator now went down to zeros. All you hear is the fan. If we want to turn on the flashlight, there's the flashlight, and it's got different settings. Now it's off. This light right here is controlled by the app. This button right here is so that you can reset the Wi-Fi so it connects to the app. This turns on your 12 volt. Just kind of give you a closer look there. Okay, so this is the 10 gauge extension cord that is plugged into the trailer, 30 amp system. I'm going to plug it into, here you should hear a beep. And right now it is pulling 265 watts. I kept saying volts earlier, it's watts, I'm sorry. Now it is up to 540. Now I'm also running the refrigerator on electric. So this is powering the lights and the refrigerator right now. And it's peaking at 525 watts of 600. So the moral of the story here is I can plug my trailer into this box. Now it's down to 504, 503. Kind of settled in. Now it says I could do this for an hour. If I run my refrigerator on propane, I'm going to turn off the refrigerator and see what the number moves. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so right now the trailer is plugged in. It's going out the door and it's plugged into the back. And it's pegging there at 477. And that is with the refrigerator running and all these lights. Alright, I just turned the refrigerator over to propane, and now look at the numbers. Down to 153 watts, and it bumped up to 4 hours. Okay, so that test is working great. Again, I'm still plugged in. The trailer, all these lights are being run by the EcoFlow. Refrigerator is now on propane. The TV light indicator is on, and the TVs pull very, very little wattage. And it says that I've got 4 hours left on that. And when I turn off, you know, some of the other lights, I just turned off the light above me. It just bumped up to 7 hours. So right now I'm just running nothing but the lights running down the center line. And we're looking really good here. So this is going to do exactly what I want it to do. Again, we didn't want to invest in a generator. But this bad boy right here, 600 watts, boosting up to 12. And I will pull up the app here. All right, so here's the app. What the app is telling me right now is that we're plugged into AC. We have 97% battery left. We have 9 hours and 46 minutes of battery life available. This thing is functioning at 72 degrees. And we're looking really good when it comes to the boost. So on the X boost, I'll take a screenshot of that. At 60 hertz, the boost will go up to 1200 watts. And so if you're running stuff and you need that spike, this is your man. All right, again, the reason that we chose this was because it offered a little bit more than the Jackery. It offered more wattage, 100 more watts. It offered more outlets, more ways to charge things and run things, and the sleek packaging, and I really liked it. Not to mention the cost. We paid $4.99 for this, and the Jackery was up at 500 something. Super satisfied with this. We're gonna run it throughout the summer, and we'll check in periodically and let you know how it's going. Yeah, I think this was a good deal. Not getting paid to say any of this. We paid our own money. EcoFlow did not reach out to us in any way, shape, or form. And we just were looking for power alternatives for this summer's trip. And I'm super satisfied with this so far. Especially now that, I mean, this thing's plugged into the trailer and we're looking so good. I mean, we're pulling 48 watts right now, and all it's running, to be fair, is these overhead lights right here. So if we needed to, I could turn the refrigerator back on. We could watch TV. We could do whatever. We got plenty. And with the 2-hour charging time, when we get back to shore power, boom, plug it in, and you're going to get a full recharge in 2 hours. So, all right. Initial gives it a thumbs up. We're digging this. All right. That's way cool.